In this video, I am going to teach you about diatonic chords, or chords that can be built within a specific scale. So, for example, C major, each one of these scale degrees can have a chord built upon it. So if I take the first degree of the scale, I can add a third and add a fifth to it, and that's called the 1 chord in the key of C major. This would be the 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, and 1 chord. You'll notice that each of these chords have different qualities to them. Some are major, some are minor, some are diminished. Actually, one is diminished. So here I have it written out on the board. So we have C major, we got our 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, 7 chord, which is diminished, and back to our 1 chord. And these are good to know because you need to kind of know what chords are available in the key that you are in. It's good for like modulating in a song or going from one key to another. So a good practice to do is to name the chords. So my 1 chord in C major chord, 2 chord is a D minor chord, my 3 chord is an E minor chord, my 4 chord is an F major chord, my 5 chord is a G major chord, my 6 chord is an A minor chord, my 7 chord is a B diminished chord, and then back to my 1 chord. If I go to D flat major, my scale is as follows. So my 1 chord, I'm going to do the same thing, take the first scale degree, the 3rd and the 5th. There's my D flat major chord. My 2 chord is an E flat minor chord. My 3 chord is an F minor chord. My 4 chord is a G flat major chord. My 5 chord is an A flat major chord. My 6 chord is a B flat minor chord. My 7 chord is a C diminished chord. And my 1 chord is back to D flat major. In the key of D major, same thing. So my 1 chord is a D major chord, my 2 chord is an E minor chord, my 3 chord is an F sharp minor chord, my 4 chord is a G major chord, my 5 chord is an A major chord, my 6 chord is a B minor chord, my 7 chord is a C sharp diminished chord, and my 1 chord is a D major chord. So a good exercise is to basically practice playing each of these, all the diatonic chords in each of the scales, and practice saying the names of the chords out loud. And that way the pattern for, major, minor, and diminished chords is all the same for all the major scales. So in G major, our 1 chord is major, 2 chord A minor, 3 chord is minor, 4 chord is major, 5 chord is major, 6 chord is minor, 7 chord is always going to be diminished, and your 1 chord is always major. And this is true for all the major scales, whether it's A flat major, G flat major, E major. So as long as you're in this pattern of whole steps and half steps, and the major pattern is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, all the qualities of your diatonic chords will all be the same, meaning all your 1 chords will be major, your 2 chords will all be minor, your 3 chords will all be minor, your 4 chords will all be major, your 5 chords will all be major, your 6 chords will be minor, your 7 chords will all be diminished, and back to your 1 chords, which are all major.